everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Rachel Ray here, and today we're going to do a little bit of a different kind of Wipnchat. As you can tell, the setup is a little different and the camera might be a little wobbly, but that's because I'm working out here in my living room and not in my typical crafting setup. Just in an effort of changing things up a little bit and maybe just to, get you familiar with other spaces and how I work in other places in my house, I wanted to bring you out here. In today's Wipnchat, I know that there's a lot of really serious things going on right now. And for me, YouTube is kind of like an escape from all of that. So I hope that in the coming weeks, possibly months, that my channel can be kind of a place where you can go and you can relax and not have to worry, and I won't be talking about it. If you have concerns or anything, you can feel free to message me on my business page on Facebook, but let's just try to keep it a nice, happy place where we can craft and not have to constantly worry or, think about all the bad things that are going on at the moment. So as you can see today, I'm working on Jesus Blessing. I'm still working on this for the easterdpal, hashtag easterdpal on Instagram and Facebook, mostly Instagram. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see in the highlights of my stories all of the finishes so far. So there have been some really great finishes for springtime paintings. It doesn't have to be religious, but it is Easter, so feel free to send in all of your progress and updates on your paintings. I'm trying to think of what I want to do first. I was leaving his face to last, but we could work on the face today. I know the canvas is a bit wavy, but that's because I've got the light and everything. Let me see if I could just move that. Maybe that'll make a difference. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, that's a little less lumpy. So let's get some color going. And I hope you're having a good day today, guys. I know that things are pretty stressful at the moment, and I'm not going to lie, that has, taken over a good majority of my time. But there's some good in this too. So I'm just trying to look to the positive as much as possible. James is outside painting our chicken coop in preparation of getting new chickens. So that's something that we may be doing over the week. And I've just been crafting a lot. I mean, that hasn't really changed much. So that's nice. But before I get started, I just want to say thank you to all of you who are watching this who actually still have to work. And you might be working extra shifts or longer hours in order to take care of what's going on right now. And I see you and I appreciate you. But the rest of us, we do need to stay in and, let us enjoy being introverts like a lot of us already are. All right. While I stick this in my pen, I want to let you know that today's Wipnchat is going to be more lighthearted, and I'm going to be doing a tag, which I haven't done in a really long time. And I'm doing a sort of kind of get to know me tag, but with kind of deeper questions, I guess you could say. I mean, I don't want to say that the other ones are fluffy or whatever, but some interesting questions to get you through it. And if you would like to join me and answer along, I'd love to read your answers too. So let's do a few of these. I might do this for the next few weeks. Some deep, thoughtful, introspective questions. I like this kind of stuff. If you don't, then I totally understand. But just as a distraction from what's happening in my real life, we're going to be doing this for a little bit. All right, so let's see. Question number 1. What's your favorite way to spend a weekend? To be honest with you, the way that I want to spend my weekends and the way that I actually spend my weekends are very different. A lot of the time I think about what I would do if I had kids. That's a common thing for me to think about, and maybe fantasize about, because as you know, I would like to have kids. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It is just something that I think about. Like, I'd love to go to the zoo, or, go to a park, just hang out, have a picnic, that kind of thing. But the way that I normally spend my weekends is at home. And I do enjoy it. I do enjoy crafting and relaxing. Sometimes I do a lot more cleaning on the weekend than I would during the weekdays if I have a normal job. But I haven't had a normal job in quite a few years anyway, so I don't normally get weekends. But on my days off, I really like to do nothing at all. But I like to think that if I did have little kids, that I'd be that mom that would take them to the park and, take them around and share with them all the things that I did with my grandparents when I was a little girl too. So that is question number 1. Can you tell this might take a little while? Question 2. What type of music are you into? This is a good question, because you might not expect the answer. I don't really listen to much music anymore, but the times that I do listen to music are especially when I'm cleaning. And when I'm cleaning, I must listen to something upbeat. And so I typically go for vocal trance, which is a type of electronic music that's really happy, and it's got a fast beat, and it's something that I can kind of dance to and move to, and I can move faster with it than I could with, other types of music, if you get me. So other music that I really love heavy metal music. I like punk, and you're probably like, what? But it's true. I kind of like alternative music, and I really love classical music. So I have really varying tastes in musical genres, and I always have. So I have a musical background, and I appreciate loads of music. It's just something that I do. I can't listen to just one type forever. You know what I mean? Number 3. What was the best vacation you ever took, and why? The best vacation I ever took. Well, okay. I'm tempted to say my honeymoon, but my honeymoon actually was more of a learning experience than a good time. I learned more about myself, my limits, the amount of patience that I have. When the long story short, because I believe I did talk about it once, and I shared pictures in a video once before, is that I went to Morocco with my husband for our honeymoon, and we were at the end, I think we had 4 days left, and I broke the ligament in my left ankle again for the 3rd time. And I'm sure that any of you with any kind of experience in hurting yourself will know, the more that you tear ligaments, the weaker they become. And so it was extremely painful, and it was a really, well, I don't want to say it was stressful, but it kind of was, in a way that I didn't know what to do. So yeah, 1 second. Okay, so where was I? It's been a while. I would say it was Morocco because of all the learning that I did, that, It was an unforgettable vacation. But the best one that I think I ever took, and I don't know, I really think that my favorite, best overall trip ever was probably when I went with my then boyfriend, now husband, to Thailand. It was just him and I for 5-6 days, something like that. I don't have enough pink wax in this. 5 or 6 days in Thailand. It was a whirlwind trip. We were only there for so long. It was, when we first, it's hard to explain, but it went so quickly. It was over so fast that we didn't have time to get bored of each other, if that makes sense. Sorry about the dryer. And it was just a really fun kind of, early relationship type of thing. I think we had been dating for 8 months or something like that. Maybe longer, maybe a year or so. But I really, really enjoyed his company. I liked that it was like the first time that we had been away together. I don't know. It was romantic, really, really romantic, but it didn't break the bank. And if I could go anywhere again, it would have to be Thailand. I really enjoyed going there. So that was my best vacation ever. All right. Where's the next place on your travel bucket list? The next place on my travel bucket list is Italy. Well, it was Italy. Obviously, things have changed a little bit, and I might have to wait a while to do that. So, realistically, the next place that I will go that's on my bucket list is Germany. Sorry for bumping you there. So, I'm pretty sure I'll be going to Germany next because I'm going to be meeting Heike, who's Stone Cold Coffee Crafts here on YouTube. I'm going to go to hers for the Christmas markets, and I'm so excited. All right, we're going to do... Please ignore the thing. It'll stop here in a minute. I'm sure that you all are battling laundry as well, so you can understand. All right. Also, I just sat down for this, and I don't want to get up yet. I really, really don't. This is the first time I've sat down today. And I'm so close to finishing the top half of this that I can almost taste it. Okay. Number 5. What are your hobbies and how did you get into them? All right. I'm a serial hobbyist. I like to get into a lot of hobbies, and I'm not a monogamous crafter. I really like arts and crafts. I really like painting, and I really enjoy working with my hands, basically. My top hobbies are obviously diamond painting, and I think you all know how I got into diamond painting, but in case you're new here, hi, and welcome. I got into it because of an ad that I saw, and that was in the spring of 2018. So long ago now. But it was online, and I saw it, and it really just got under my skin, and I had to try it. Because it just looked too good to be true. So I just tried it, and I got hooked, And then with cross-stitching is something that I do a lot of on this channel as well. With cross-stitching, it was actually my friend Jessie, who's Mislaid Pages on YouTube. She invited me to be a part of her cross-stitch team for Stiach last year, which was, I think she asked me in August. Was it August or July or something like that? And anyway, she was creating a team, and I was like, what on earth are you talking about? And it, like, I'd never cross-stitched, and I just didn't get it. But I'm so glad that I did it because I realized how much I really do enjoy cross-stitching. So those are my two major hobbies and how I got into them. As for the others, I mean, I've always been into arts and crafts. I used to teach arts and crafts in schools, and I just really enjoy sharing that with people. The next question asks, what was your favorite age growing up? How about you guys? I think for me, my favorite age was somewhere between 9 and 12. I think I really enjoyed that period of my life a lot. It was before the stress of, hormones and being a teenager and all that. But it was the first time that I had been kind of free, or I felt free to express myself and just enjoy being a kid. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Okay. Sorry, guys. I just went ahead and closed the door. So let's see. Oh, also, if you hear the sheep, I live right next to a sheep farm, so you might hear a few bleats. They're right up next to the fence today. 9 to 12 was my favorite. That's what I remember anyway, I think a lot. Hold on 1 sec. Okay. Yeah, that was one of my favorite times in my childhood. I don't really remember much about my early childhood. I have bits and pieces, but all I remember was like when I used to go rollerblading all the time, and there used to be this roller rink not too far away from where I was living, and my friends were really into it. It was something that was hugely popular at the time, the late 90s and everything. It was just, I don't know, it was a more innocent time, and I remember it very fondly. How about you? I think that's a good age for a lot of kids, Okay. Number 7. Was the last thing you read digitally or in print? Well, I'm assuming that they mean books. And I actually haven't read a book physically or digitally in a long time. I do audiobooks now because of the hobbies that I have. And I just find it good because I'm, on the go a lot. I'm either cleaning up or doing something around the place, and I find that I don't really take the time to sit down and read anymore, which I probably should, honestly, but I prefer audiobooks these days. I don't think I even really read anything digitally anymore either, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Next, would you say you're more of an extrovert or an introvert? I am an extroverted introvert. I found this out. I know that sounds silly or stupid, but it's actually a thing. I really like to communicate with people, and I like to go out and socialize, but I can only do it in small doses. And I get overwhelmed easily with social events, so I save it all up. And then when I get there and I'm at the party or at the whatever, I'm the one that's the crazy one, and I want to do all the things, and I'm hyper, and I don't know, I think I'm fun to be around. But I am truly an introvert. I would much prefer to be at home than to go to a party in general. What's your favorite ice cream topping? That's really tough because I really don't do toppings. But the ice cream where it hardens, the chocolate hardens on the top of the shell? I really like that. And I'm trying to find E. I always have trouble finding the symbol E for this canvas. Where is it? You would think by this time, there it is, that I would remember where it is. Here we go. We're going to do his face now. probably just chocolate sauce, go simple. My favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip, or just mint. And I know some people find that really disgusting, but I love it. And yeah, that's just, I don't really put anything on top of mint ice cream. All right, one quick tip while I'm doing this. I'm going to do his face with the single placer. I won't be using a multi-placer because it's skin, and the eye goes directly to the faces first in these diamond paintings, so I'm trying to make sure that the drills are placed down properly without any gapping, and sometimes the multi-placer can misplace the drill, so I just like to be extra cautious and place them one by one on the faces. So that's why I'm changing my style now. Number 10. What was the last show you binge watched? Ooh, good question. Truthfully, it was the new, what is the name of it though? See, sometimes I put things on and I don't remember the name. I think it was, oh Lord. The Muppets, what's the name? Okay, you're screaming it at me now. It's on Netflix. It's about these like elven creatures. It's a Jim Henson thing. I'm trying to remember as I'm saying it. It's about, these little kind of elfish creatures, and I can't remember. Anyway, there was a new series they came out with. The Dark Crystal. Yes. Okay, I remember. The movie's name is The Dark Crystal. And I think the show is like The Chronicles of the Dark Crystal or something like that. Anyway, I just kind of threw it on, and I was doing my beaded cross stitch at that time, but that was like a few months ago. So it's been a while since I've really binge watched something. And I think the next thing that I'm going to binge watch is probably Downton Abbey, because I stopped watching it at season 3, and I kind of wanted to just let it run for a while, because I hate waiting for episodes. I'm watching Picard right now, and I just wish it was all out at once. So when TV shows are doing the seasons thing, of course they're going to do the seasons thing, but they don't release all the episodes at once. So spoiled. I just want to watch all of them at once, but I rarely binge watch anything anymore. Though I was thinking about binge watching some YouTube channels, starting from the beginning and working my way to the current ones, just as something to do, because I noticed that there's not a lot of content going up right now, probably because everybody's stressed to the gills, but it's so important for us to keep making stuff and be positive and think about all the good things. So yeah, I might go back and watch from the beginning. If you're interested in going back and watching my videos from the beginning, that would be awesome. I'd really appreciate that. You don't have to, but I do have a Wipnchat playlist so that you can watch from my very, very first ever Wipnchat video. And maybe you'll get to know me a little better that way too, if you're new here and you haven't been around for a while. That's one way. Plus, it's a great distraction, and I love listening to people while I'm diamond painting as well. Okay. Let's see. Number 11. Where are we actually time-wise? 25 minutes? Okay, good. What was the... No. Are you into podcasts, or do you only listen to music? I do both, but I kind of favor one or the other in different seasons or something. I'll want to listen to a bunch of podcasts, and then I'll only want to watch YouTube, and then I'll only listen to audiobooks, and then I'll only listen to music. I don't know. I just go through these phases, I guess. But I do like listening to podcasts, but I can't listen to them as much as my husband does. He's like obsessed, right, Luna? He's obsessed with these history and politics, and then the ones that I really like that he listens to are the comedy ones. Those are the ones that I like. Like my favorite is No Such Thing as a Fish. It sounds silly, but it's a really good show. It's all about these kind of weird and random facts. And I enjoy that a lot because it's not, I listen to a lot of fiction, and sometimes the truth can be more funny than fiction. So if you're interested in something lighthearted, I would absolutely recommend going and listening to No Such Thing as a Fish. So good. Number 12. Do you have a favorite holiday? Why or why not? Yes, I do. I really love Halloween. And I think it has something to do with dressing up. I've always loved dressing up. I've kind of always loved being a bit dramatic. But I love dressing up. I loved cosplay. I just enjoy that. Liked it a lot. Liked it in choir when I did the madrigal seasons, and I had to dress up like a little lady. In the court. Really, really enjoyed that. And I think that morphed into me loving Halloween as a holiday because it gave me an excuse, and it made me not weird to want to dress up because everybody was dressing up. So I wish every day was Halloween. Not to mention candy tax. Candy tax is real. When you take candy from your students or from your kids, you're like, if you want to go trick-or-treating and you want me to take you, then you owe me candy tax because this ain't free. Cute. Very cute. Okay, number 13. This is appropriate for the number 13, I suppose. What's your death row meal? I guess they mean that, prisoners who are on death row get their last wish meal. You had to ask me when I'm hungry. To be honest with you, I would probably choose something that I have trouble eating. So this is a fun fact about Rachel, is I seem to have a problem digesting food that has been cooked with cream. So, for example, one of my all-time favorite meals of all time is pasta carbonara that's made with cream sauce. So it could be like a tagliatelle with wild mushrooms and spinach, or it can be anything. It could even be mac and cheese at this stage. They all make me feel like my stomach is turning inside out within about half an hour to an hour after eating. I don't seem to have a problem drinking milk. I thought that maybe I was lactose intolerant or something, but it seems to only be cooked cream and those sorts of dishes. I can eat other pastas and noodles, no problem. So I don't think it's the wheat either, especially since I eat a lot of bread. I eat an unhealthy amount of bread. I love bread. So yeah, I'm being a bit long-winded about that, but I think for me it would be something that I would regret eating in the morning, because then I could eat it guilt-free without any consequences, because I won't have to think about it tomorrow. It's a bit dark, but yeah. Pasta carbonara with cream sauce. Yum. Now I'm hungry. All right. Number 14. Do you like going to the movies or do you prefer watching at home? I love going to the movie theater. I love watching movies in the cinema. but I always wait at least a week after the movie has come out to go see it in the theater. So for all of those people out there who share spoilers, I really hate that, because I think that you should give it at least until it comes out on DVD or something, to give those people a chance. Not everybody is able to leave their house and go to the cinema, but for me, it's more of a nuisance thing, because I find, well, here and in other countries, it's not as bad, but in the States, people are really rowdy at the cinema, and, you know, I don't like that. I don't like when people clap at the screen or talk to each other or use their phones during the show. I find it incredibly rude. The manners have gone from people going to the theater, and that goes for operas and other theatrical performances as well. I've noticed people are extremely rude. They don't turn off their ringtone, you know, like, come on, you know. It's not just you in this public space. So most of the time these days, sorry, I had a little bit of a patty wax incident there. All right, we're good. Okay, let me put this here. When I go to the movies, I just want to be able to immerse myself in the big screen. You know what I mean? I don't care about preferential treatment, even though it's nice. You know, that VIP. Oh my God, last year. Okay, quick. If you weren't with me at the end of last summer, around September, I went to Toronto and I tried my first ever VIP cinema experience. It's where you have like a recliner and you can eat while you're watching the movie, and there's only like, I don't know how many, 20 seats or something. I mean, it was really, really nice. Really nice. I mean, I felt like a queen. And I know they're really expensive, but to me, that whole experience was totally worth it. I'll never forget that, ever. Movie was pretty forgettable. I'm still trying to remember what we watched. But the experience, I'll never forget that. So I highly recommend that. But probably still after a week or two after the release of the film. I've had many movies ruined for me because of that. Okay, 15. Oh, this is weird. What's your favorite sleeping position? On my side. I had to buy one of those pillows where you put it between your knees, the knee pillow, and it made a big difference in my sleeping comfort. I suffer from slipping discs in my lower back, and I don't think that I'm high on the list of, getting that fixed. It's a surgical procedure type deal. And I'm not in chronic pain, so I'm not really considered to be in desperate need, which is perfectly fine. But I still sleep on my side. Even though I try to fall asleep on my back, I still end up rolling over on my side. And I don't understand stomach sleepers, like, especially women who stomach sleep. Like, how does that not hurt? Ask him for a friend. Let's see. Okay. Number 16, what's your go-to guilty pleasure? Ooh, probably wine, to be honest. I like a glass of wine, and there are a lot of times where I should probably just not, but I can't imagine. Sometimes I can't imagine having dinner without a glass. But I know that I can, and I have, and I will, but, that's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Another bad habit, I suppose. But other than that, when you say guilty pleasure, I feel like I don't eat a lot of dessert. Maybe I'd sneak a piece of chocolate or something. Chocolate is another one. Maybe 5 more minutes in bed, because these days I wake up religiously at 8:15 every morning, regardless of what time I go to bed. For example, today is actually Wednesday, the day after Patty's Day, and last night I stayed up until 3:30 in the morning talking to my very good friends here on YouTube. We were chatting away all night, and it was so much fun. But of course I stayed up way late. But this morning I still woke up at 8:15, and it took me putting my phone on the other side of the room to go back to sleep. And then I forced myself to sleep until 11:30, something like that. Stayed in bed until about 12, because these days, what's the rush? What is the rush? There's no rush to anything. So taking my time. I'm working a lot on the blanket, my sister's baby blanket. And yeah, it's just, extra minutes in bed. It feels so good to stitch or knit in bed in the morning. I'm really liking that. And I know one day I won't be able to do that anymore. Or I'd have to make it a part of my morning routine, but I'm really loving having a cup of coffee in bed while my husband is sleeping, just enjoying that quiet time. It's really, really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, number 17. In the summer, would you rather sleep with the window open or blast the AC? I would 100% sleep with the window open, even though it kills my allergies. I can't do the air conditioning thing. So obviously here in where I live in Ireland, we don't have air conditioning. I don't think anybody has air conditioning in this country. So between the months of end of May to end of August, windows are open all the time. We don't have screens or anything. So you might, if you did come over to visit, you might find that a bit bizarre. But the truth is that we very rarely ever open the windows any other time. Some of the elderly would probably open windows in the winter as well. We do actually have a friend who says that he sleeps with the window open every day, regardless of what time of year it is. But he's pretty hardcore, and I don't know how he does it. I would freeze my bottom off, and the damp would kill me. But air conditioning is not a thing. When it is a thing, when I'm in a hotel, for example, oh my God. If I'm in a hotel and they don't allow you to open the window, but they have that stale, recycled air in the air conditioner, ugh, it's the worst feeling. And my throat starts to hurt and everything. I hate that. So yes, open the window. Absolutely. Sorry, that was a bit long for that question. What's your favorite quote from a TV show, movie, or book? Oh God. I don't know. I'm not really good at that kind of thing. The one that jumps out at me because I'm submerged in this fandom and everything is probably Always, which is what Snape says to Harry's mother. Yeah. Anyway, and then at the end of the book as well. And just, it makes me emotional even thinking about it. It was one of the most poignant things that I think I ever read. And it's so dependent on that scene. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'd highly recommend. It doesn't matter what age you are, you would probably really enjoy that book series. But unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, it's very, very fluffy and lighthearted and kind of childish up until maybe book 4. Book 3, it starts to get a little serious, but it's still very much for kids. And then book 4, 5, 6, and 7 are just so touching, and the story amps up, and oh, love it. Absolutely adore it. Another, I guess this year, I think, isn't it like the 100th anniversary of Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, basically, through the looking glass and all of that, isn't it? So it's a memorial year for Alice in Wonderland. You're going to see them everywhere, just like with Golden Girls. So I think it's centenary. I could be wrong. I feel like I need to look that up. But there's great quotes from that book as well. Loving it. I will be starting that again. I will be reading that story and post it here on my YouTube channel for all of you who would like to just listen to a story or put it on for kids or whatever you'd like to do. I've got a microphone on the way that's going to make that much more enjoyable for everyone. I don't know what I'm going to set it to. I don't know what I'll be filming while reading. I'm not sure if I will even record things like a time lapse for that series. I think I may just leave it as a still because it's meant to be listened to and not watched, if that makes sense. I wish I could make it into a podcast. I don't know how to do that. If someone's interested in me making a reading podcast, let me know. Let me know in the comments where I just read and you can go by chapter. I think there's something sticky. There is something sticky on my canvas. Oops. Just scrape that off a little bit with my tweezers, which are bent. I don't know what I was doing to them. But yeah, let me know if you'd be interested and whether the visuals are important or not. For me, I very rarely watch YouTube videos unless it's an unboxing and I glance at what they're looking at or what they're saying. For reading purposes, it's really not so important to me, but it could be to someone else. I do not know. Okay. We'll go to number 20, will we? What time do we have? 42 minutes? Okay. How old were you when you had your first celebrity crush? And who was it? Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't remember who was first. I do remember that I was probably around the age of 12. 11, 12, I think. Yeah, it must have been. And it was, who was it? What was his name? JTT? Jonathan Taylor Thomas? Is that his name? Oh my gosh. He was such a dreamboat. And there was that other kid as well. There were 3 of them. And they were always in these magazines that were geared for prepubescent girls, okay? And it was silly. Like, those magazines were really, really silly. I don't know why they were trying to drill it into their heads that, you know, you have to like these boys and go gaga over them. And it was kind of, I don't know, looking back on it, I'm like, you know, I could have spent my childhood a little bit more productively than looking in these magazines and thinking that, you know, anyway, I think you get what I'm trying to say. But like, yeah, him, the guy from Dawson's Creek, the guy, oh, what's his name? Was it Jared Padalecki? Was he the one that I'm thinking of? Or was it the other guy? Oh my God. The guy that played Sam. I always get them mixed up. Kaya knows. And then, I don't know why my Patty Wax isn't working today. It's cold in here. I'm not wearing my house coat and I can really feel it. The temperature dropped a lot. It's like 2 degrees Celsius colder, which is probably like 6 degrees Fahrenheit colder than normal. So you can really tell the difference. But anyway, yeah, loads of Super Crush, Mega Crush, like, yeah, silliness. What's one thing that you can, no. What's one thing that can instantly make your day better? My husband cracking a joke. Always, instantly makes me feel so much better. Also, walking in and seeing my dog being happy to see me, instantly feel better when I see her. And she's, you know, she's all happy to see me, and she's wagging her tail so hard that her whole body is shaking from side to side. I love that. It really does make my whole day better. Sometimes it can be a comment that I'm left on YouTube or Facebook, or a message that's sent to me. You know, those things really do brighten my day, and I appreciate them. I really do. I know that not everybody has the time to leave a comment, and I totally understand. But yeah, those things really, really brighten my day. But you know what could brighten your day? Segue. If you haven't already, please fill out the Happy Mail form that is in the description box of this video. So if you go under the video and you press the see more, or if you press the little arrow to open up all the information, at the bottom of that I have a social section where I put all the links to where you can find me. And one of those links is called Happy Mail form. And what it means is, when I do the giveaway for my 10,000 subscribers, or any time that I randomly decide to do a giveaway, I'm going to be choosing the winner and then checking to make sure that they filled in the form, because otherwise anyone could pretend to be you. So it's very important that you fill in that form. Please, 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 please. If you haven't already, please fill in the form, because I will be doing a giveaway very soon. Not now, but I did hit 10,000 subscribers. Woohoo! And I will be doing it very soon. With all that's going on right now, I need to check and make sure that it's feasible first for me to go ahead, or if I need to postpone, or if I need to change what I was planning on doing. I do not know yet, but give me a little bit of a chance, and I promise you it will happen soon. I know that a lot of you aren't here just for a giveaway, so it's fine, but you know, I don't want to tease you with it either. But I don't know the situation with, you know, mailing things. As you know, things are kind of paused in China, and it's something that we just need to be patient about in general. And even as much as I want to do this, I need to contemplate the best way of going about it. So I appreciate your patience with me. But please fill out the Happy Mail form. Please, please, please. What else was I going to say? Oh, yes. Update, Seal Rescue Ireland. I will be making that payment shortly. I was just making sure that I get closer to the date of the YouTube income so that I can make sure that I'm being reimbursed. And again, because of everything that's going on, I just want to make sure that that money gets in there before I make a large payment like that. Because a girl's got to eat and she's got to pay her bills. So that's all I'm waiting for, but we will be doing it. And I am going to say it is from Rachel Ray and Friends. I was going to say something about diamond painting, or, you know, something like that. But I want everyone to be included, because there are people who like cross stitching who donated. And it would be unfair for me to say just diamond painting. I could say my crafty friends. I don't know. We shall see. But I'll keep in touch. The rescue center is closing to the public, so they will no longer be exposing, the workers, the full-time staff to the public. But that's fine. I'm still going to donate. I don't care. If I can't see the seals for a few months, that's perfectly fine. It'll be magical when we can see them, So yeah, they need the help. So I'm almost finished with his face. I'm going to go for now. I want to thank you all really so much for watching this video, joining me today in working on this. Again, if you're working on an easterdpal diamond painting or an Easter spring themed diamond painting, please don't feel hesitant or shy to share it with us. You can share it on Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag easterdpal, all one word, lowercase or uppercase, it does not matter. But I will only be, because of the way that it works, I'm only going to be organizing the Instagram ones and taking the finishes from those. Just be aware there is no prize. It's not a contest. It's just something fun for us to do as a community, for all of us to get involved in and just enjoy the process. I really enjoy working alongside everybody and what they're doing, and this is just one of the things that I wanted to do this year, and I'm so happy that a lot of you are joining me as well. We may pick up on more of these questions in the next episode, but if you have specific questions that you'd like to ask me, please leave them down in the comments section and I'll make sure to include them before we get started in the next video. It would be nice to answer your questions too. So thank you all so very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and ring the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. So I'll see you all later and have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye!